What did I miss? Brian here, and today we got another mod for the Glock, as well as a new background. That's right, I got a new desk, it's got a wooden surface, and I'm no longer working on the other desk that's all scratched up. Today we are going to be changing out the backplate. Now, before we get into it, we want to make sure that the gun is fully unloaded. Cool, safe to work on. So here it is. This is the backplate for the Glock, and it's made by a company called Milspin, based out of Columbus, Ohio. This one is in stainless steel and it has the US flag on it. Now, I'm not sure why they put something so tiny in such a big box like this, but this is how it was delivered to me. But if you look on the outside of it, you'll see there's the company name, Milspin, manufacturing American greatness, 1776. And then you've got some interesting writing. And you keep going, and then you got a whole lot going on, like we the people, and yeah. Inside the box, they included a sticker that also says Milspin, manufacturer greatness. They also included a little pamphlet which has the company name, manufacturing American greatness, and someone who I would guess is the owner, not sure. And he's holding what looks like some sort of wall decoration. But that's what the front of the pamphlet looks like. And when you open it, they show that they could do more than just Glock backplates. They could also do like steel headwear, grills, engine covers, license plates, and like I said, wall decorations, etc., etc. So they do a whole lot more than just, gun parts. And so enough about all of this, let's get into the backplate itself. Taking a closer look at it, this is what it looks like. It's pretty shiny, almost like a mirror, but not quite. This is one of those mods that's pretty common, and a lot of Glock owners like to change out these back plates because one, it's pretty easy to do, and two, it makes the gun look a little bit nicer. It doesn't really help with performance, or it doesn't make you shoot any better. It's just for looks. It's kind of like adding stickers on your car. They don't make your car go any faster, they're just for looks, and it gives you something to show off. Now, I got this one because, well, I wanted a little something to show off on my Glock. Nothing too crazy or too flashy, just something with stainless steel and the American flag on it. Now, this is a custom configuration. They don't sell it like this. They do sell the American flag backplates, but they're in black. On the website, they have a whole list of options that show specific designs with a specific finish. Like for the flags, you got the Texas flag that could either be black or stainless steel. And then there's the US flag that is in black. For some reason, it doesn't have stainless steel on there. And then we go into video game characters like Mario, Luigi, the Umbrella Corporation from Resident Evil, and then you got interesting ones. Then they have an option where you could do a custom configuration and you could choose a design that's listed out as well as the finish that's listed out, and they'll create it for you. And then there are special requests where you could submit your own design to them, and like I said, you could pick your own finish and they'll create it from there. For mine, I picked the list where you can do a custom configuration, and I picked the US flag with the stainless steel finish. I'm gonna set this down for now, and we're gonna take a quick look at the OEM backplate. As you can see, that's the basic Glock backplate with the horizontal lines. And if you take a closer look, you'll notice some of the plastic on the left side is coming off. And that's from constantly shooting and disassembling the gun. And that alone is putting wear and tear on the back plate. So I figure it's time we change it now, because eventually all of that plastic is going to break off. Aiming down the sights, that is what it currently looks like. And if you're wondering, even though the gun is unloaded, my finger is off the trigger. And yeah, So that's what it looks like with the OEM backplate. Taking out the backplate is pretty easy. All I'm gonna be using is a tiny little flathead screwdriver. It would be nice to have a pick or a pin pusher, but this is the closest thing I have. So without further ado, let's get to it. We already safety checked the gun, and so it's safe to disassemble. Cool, there we go. Now, the next thing we're gonna be focusing on is this little plastic tube that is covering the firing pin. Turning on my flashlight so we get a better view. So that plastic tube right there is what we push down, because that is what's putting pressure on the back plate and holding it in place. So that's where we need our pick, or in my case, a tiny flathead, and we push it downward and slide the back plate out. Now it's worth noting that there is a spring and a pin that is also behind the back plate, and that's what's holding in the extractor. And if you're not careful, those parts will fly out and you could possibly lose them. Okay, that was a loud click. We got the OEM backplate out, and like I said, that is the pin that you want to make sure stays in the slide, otherwise you could lose it. And that is the plastic tubing that puts pressure on the back plate. I'm gonna set this down for now, and we're gonna compare the two parts. That is Glock and that is Milspin. What I did not know is that with the Glock backplate, it's metal and then there's molded plastic on top of it, so that's pretty interesting. Whereas with the Milspin one, obviously that's all metal. And if you notice, these, I don't know what you call them, vents or ports, not sure. These have sharp corners, whereas with the Milspin backplate, they're curved and they're a little bit wider. I'm gonna call these ports because I don't know the actual term, but since these ports are a little bit wider than the OEM Glock backplate, they're less likely to get damaged, and plus, these are metal, so I don't see these getting damaged anytime soon. Let's set the OEM one down and install the Milspin one. Sliding the backplate in, making sure the ports are facing downward. And I should have said this in the beginning, but we're going to need a tool that has a wide surface area so that we could press down that plastic tube. And what I'm going to be using is an Allen key. All right, we're almost there. And then for the pin, I'm gonna be using the screwdriver. Press that down. And once we press it in all the way, we should hear a loud click. Just like that. And oh man, this already looks a lot better than the original one. Then we take the lower and just slide it back on. Look at that. That looks so much better. Again, finger off the trigger, and I'm gonna aim it towards the light. Oh yeah, that is very shiny, and you could definitely see the US flag engraved. This is one of those mods that is so small, but yet it could change the look of your guns either by a little bit, an average amount, or the entire gun completely. In this case, I would say it's between a little bit and an average amount. In my opinion, this looks way nicer than that basic backplate. And now I completely understand why a lot of Glock owners like to change these back plates. Like I said, it doesn't help with performance or doesn't help you shoot any better. It's really just for looks. And I can definitely say this looks pretty good. And so that is it for this video. Thanks for watching. If you are subscribed, thanks. If you're not, thanks for taking the time to watch this video. Take care, everyone. I will catch you on the flip side.